2 Corinthians 8:11 through 12 says, "But now finish doing it also, so that just as there was readiness to desire it, so there might be able to be readiness to completion of it by your ability. For the readiness is present, it is acceptable according to what the person has, not according to what the person does not have." Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 90-day reading plan, today's reading is 2 Corinthians 8, and I encourage you to read that passage. Our word is our bond. One of the easiest ways that the Christian walk can be decimated before others is by committing to something and then not following through. And sometimes the easiest commitment is the most difficult to successfully complete. Now, I'm not a fan of making public commitments without first doing as much as I can to find out what the commitment really consists of. It's easy to raise your hand and say that you'll pray for somebody. Occasionally in our church, parents who want to dedicate their children, and this is a public commitment that they're seeking to raise their children in a manner pleasing to God. That action's a wonderful thing. But the problem comes when, in the middle of the service, the congregation is also challenged to commit to help to raise this child or children in a God-honoring manner. We tend to glibly raise our hands or say amen when the pastor offers us that opportunity. The problem is that it doesn't take long for us to fail in that commitment. We are willing to help raise our children as long as somebody else is doing it. We like to stay in our own Bible study groups on Sunday morning rather than commit to a time to teach children. And sometimes I'm kind of a part of that. I like to stay with adults rather than messing around with 2-year-olds. Dr. Charles Ryrie, who was the head of the theology department for many years at Dallas Theological Seminary, would teach the 4- and 5-year-old classes in his church for 1 quarter every year. Now, here was a man who was incredibly intelligent, had trained hundreds, if not thousands, of men and women in very deep theological subjects. Yet he spent 13 weeks per year at his church teaching young children. When asked why he would do such a thing and commit to such a thing, his comment was this. He said, "If I can teach 4- and 5-year-olds theological principles, surely I can teach a seminarian." Where is our commitment to raise our children as well as other children in the church? How are we following through on that commitment?